Hi, amazing viewers. Welcome to Christianity over Islam with Shamoun. And on today's amazing debate, Shamoun versus Dr. Shuaib. Heated debate was Muhammad a prophet and Quran contradictions. Let's watch this amazing video.
Guys, I want you to notice what kind of man he is. He has no integrity. He can't keep his word. He goes on to tangents, changes the subject, but I'm going to embarrass him. And I'm going to embarrass his prophet and show that his God commands rape. And I cannot stand people like this, but for the sake of Jesus, I'm just going to destroy Muhammad and his God and put this man in his place. Now, we're going to see what your God says about adultery and rape. Sahih Muslim, book 33, number 6421. Verily, Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery, which a man will indulge in, and which he of necessity must commit. Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, number 609. I did not see anything so resembling minor sins as what Abu Hurairah said from the Prophet, who said, Allah has written for the son of Adam his inevitable share of adultery, which he is aware of or not. The adultery of the eye, looking, the adultery of the tongue, to utter, and the inner wishes, and longs for adultery in the private parts. So his wicked God, according to his wicked prophet, predestined not just rape, but to commit adultery. By the way, he also is a dishonest individual. He didn't quote Malik's Muwatta in context, because in Surah An-Nisa 424, it's talking about women taken captive. Would his wife be okay if he was living at the time of Muhammad? Would his daughter be okay if he was living at the time of Muhammad? When the jihadi thugs attack him, take his wife captive, his mother captive, his daughter captive, would they be okay and allow them to sleep with them? And I want him to quote in that verse, in the hadith, Sunan Abu Dawud, where it says, get their permission. Now, folks, any woman who has any integrity, would she say yes to her captor? So this guy misquotes Malik's Muwatta, which is talking about Muslim women, Muslim slave girls, and the passage is talking about captives. What do you do to captives? They're your property. It doesn't matter their husbands are alive. You can sleep with them and have sex. It is rape. He doesn't like it. So would your mother like it, Muhammad, taking her from your father and having sex with her? But no, you already said about muta, you may be okay with it. So you may be okay, and your mother may be okay with your prophet sleeping with her, even though your father's alive, because your God said it's okay. Yes, don't call it rape. Call it whatever you want. It is rape from the pit of hell, because your prophet is from the pit of hell. He is the Antichrist. Now, we're going to have fun with contradictions in the Quran. Since you opened your mouth to attack the Bible because you're not a man of integrity, you can't defend the Quran. You have to attack the Bible. And your beams from your eyes are reaching from India to Mecca, and it's touching the black stone which your prophet licked like a pagan. Chapter 2, verse 29, contradiction, first contradiction. Which came first, the heavens or the earth? It is he who hath created for you all things that are on earth. Then, thumma, it is he who hath created for you all things that are on earth. Then he turned to the heavens and made them into 7 firmaments. That's Surah 2:29. Surah 41, verses 9 to 12. Say, is it that you deny him who created the earth in 2 days? Let's count, guys, because Muhammad didn't know math, and he doesn't know math either. 2 days, and do you join equals with him? He is the Lord of all the worlds. He set on an earth, mountain standing firm, high above it, and bestowed blessings on the earth, and measured their sustenance. In 4 days, 2 and 4, that's 6. Okay, 4 days. Alright. Then, thumma, he turned to the sky when it was smoke, and said to it and the earth, come together, willingly or unwillingly. They said, we come together, and he made it 7 heavens. So 2, 4, 2, that's 8. But that contradicts 7 verse 54. It says he created all things in 6 days. Now, in case he makes the foolish and stupid mistake of denying it, Sahih Muslim, number 6707. Abu Hurairah reported that Allah's messenger took hold of my hands and said, Allah, the exalted and glorious, created the clay on Saturday, and he created the mountains on Sunday, and he created the trees on Monday, and he created the things entail labor on Tuesday. So here, let's count. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He created light on Wednesday and caused Adam to spread on Thursday, and created Adam after Asr on Friday. Well, wow, jolly gee whiz. The hadith of Muhammad says 7 days. 754 says 6 days. 41 verses 9 to 12 says 8 days. Bury your Quran. It's from the pit of hell. It's not from the true God. Oh, but how many earths? Chapter 65, verse 12. How many earths? It is Allah who has created 7 heavens and earth as many. So 7 heavens, 7 earths. Oh, goodness. But are those earths round or flat like pancakes? In a commentary attributed to Ibn Abbas, Ibn Abbas says these earths are flat. Al-Tabari, volume 1, pages 207, 208. 7 earths that are flat islands. Oh my goodness. So is it 8 days? Is it 6 days? Is it 7 days? And how many earths? 7? Are they flat like pancakes? Of course. You want to talk about contradictions? We're going to have fun at the expense of your prophet. Chapter 17, verse 1. Glory be to him who took his servant for a journey by night, from the sacred mosque to the farthest mosque. So I'm going to be asking you and I'm going to be drilling you. Who is this that took his servant? Who is his servant? Where is the sacred mosque? And where is farthest mosque? Answer that. And you can't from the Quran, but when you go outside of the Quran, we bury the Quran further in the pit of hell. Because according to your hadith, Sirat Rasulullah, and other hadiths like Bukhari and Muslim, the farthest mosque is the temple. My friend, your prophet didn't know anything about geography or history. There was no temple standing at the time when your false prophet prophesied. Let me read. Ziyad bin Abdullah al-Baqai from Muhammad bin Ishaq told me the following. Then the apostle was carried by night from the mosque at Mecca to Masjid al-Aqsa, which is the temple of Aliyah. I want you to save your prophet from humiliation. Show us that there was a temple in Jerusalem at the time of your prophet. The temple of Solomon was destroyed 586. The second temple in 70 AD. What temple did your prophet visit? There was none. Now in his story, Al-Hasan said, the apostle and Gabriel went their way until they arrived at the temple at Jerusalem. No, there was no temple in Jerusalem, Muhammad. So the mirage is a mirage. It is nothing but his overactive, demonized, satanically inspired imagination. So we're going to have fun with you tonight because you're not a man of integrity.
Now he spoke about Sahih Muslim and other hadiths which were predestined for rape and adultery. This is the knowledge of God. It is not predestined, it is the knowledge of God. This is the question of taqdeer. Say that Allah knows everything what is going to happen. What is going to happen is because of his knowledge. He knows what is going to happen. He's mentioning that these things will be happen. It is question of taqdeer, not that Allah has prescribed adultery and rape. It is not Allah has prescribed. Every person is responsible for his deeds. Chapter 4 verse 24. Yes, in the previous session I have explained about the rapist. That is not the question. 220, and when he says that rapist is a Muslim woman, no, it is not. It doesn't say Muslim woman. Who rapes a woman, if she was raped, the punishment is to be carried out on the rapist. And there is no punishment for the woman who has been raped, whatever the case. So it doesn't say Muslim woman or non-Muslim woman. It doesn't make a difference. Then he says 229 and 41, 9 to 12. That 2 days, which was first? It was both together. Heaven and earth were both together in initial state, both together. In chapter 21, verse number 33, it says, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. We have created the heavens and the earth. And أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one in the creation, and before we close them asunder. So according to this verse, both were together, both were created together. So you can say this was created first or that was created first. It doesn't matter. Now 7 days or 6 days or 8 days. Now if you calculate properly, 2 plus 2 is actually 2 only. 2 plus 2 is not different thing. 2 is the first 2 is included in the next one. So it is 4, and plus 2 is built for heaven. So it is no contradiction. You have to calculate properly. It is not saying, so chapter 41 verse number 9 to 12 doesn't say 8 days. It is, you have to calculate properly, then you know. 2 plus 2 is 4. No, 2 plus 2 is not 4. That is together. And Alhamdulillah, there is no contradiction. Surah 17:1, glory to Allah. You cannot go out of the Quran. Who said you cannot go out of the Quran? Where is the verse? Where is the verse says that you cannot go out of the Quran? Quran says that you can follow, you can understand, but it doesn't say that you cannot go out of the Quran. There are many verses in the Quran, chapter 59, verse number 7, which says that you can go out of the Quran. We have to follow the hadith. We have to take the hadith. This is wrong on his part. He's becoming Maulana. Don't become Maulana. If you become a Maulana, you will be a fake Maulana. You don't know anything.
Like he's been twisting the Bible, he's been twisting the Quran Hadith in my presence, and he thinks he's going to get away with it. The first lie he said, Allah didn't predestine it, it's in his knowledge. Let me reread it again, because again, you said, I am not a scholar. You admitted yesterday, you're not a scholar, and you're not qualified. So that means, before you see the splinter in my eye, remove the beams, Luke 6:41. But let me catch you in your lie, because here it is, Sahih Muslim, number 64:21. Verily Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in, which he of necessity must commit. It doesn't say Allah knew, it says he fixed it, you must do it. Stop twisting even your own false hadith and your false book. Have some honor and respect your prophet. Do not twist his words. Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, number 609. To again catch you that you're lying, because you know you must be lying because you heard me read it. Allah has written for the son of Adam his inevitable, maybe you don't know English, means he can't avoid it. share of adultery, whether he is aware of it or not. So you're lying. Your Allah predestined people to commit adultery because he's wicked. He makes Satan look righteous. You then misquoted chapter 21, verse 33. Guys, did you see again the dishonesty here? He said, it says, and the night and the day, they're in orbit, and the sun and the moon, and it says, kullun, it's plural. The reason why it's plural, because it's talking about the day, the night, the sun and the moon. That's plural. It's three or more. But you know what your God forgot to mention? The earth. Show me in the Quran where it says the earth is a celestial body that floats in the space. It doesn't say that, because the earth is fixed and stationary according to your God and your false prophet who thought there were 7 earths, and according to his companions they were flat. Please do not misrepresent your own Quran in my presence, because I don't want to correct you, because I don't care about your Quran, but I have to correct your misinformation. And then look what he said. Oh no, the translation says Sunday, Monday. It's really days. Did you understand your point? Let's now do it how you said it. Sahih Muslim, number 6707. I want us to now count. Let's count. Allah created the clay Saturday, day 1. He created the mountains Sunday, day 2. He created the trees Monday, day 3. He created the things entailing labor on Tuesday, day 4. So I'm going to call it day 4. Forget Tuesday. He created light on Wednesday, day 5. That is a gross error, medical doctor, because the light had to have existed before the earth, right? According to one of your objections against Genesis, day 5. And he caused atoms to spread on Thursday, day 6, and created Adam Asr Friday. You still got 7 days, doctor. 7 days, but 754 of your Quran says it's 6 days. So your sunnah of your prophet, busted. It contradicts the Quran. And you were yelling, who said follow Quran alone? We go with sunnah. Okay, I just went with your Sahih Muslim. 7 days, doctor. That doesn't agree with the 6 days of chapter 7, verse 54. And where does the Quran say follow the Quran alone? The very person who admitted he's not a scholar and now he's attacking me? Let me read. Chapter 41, verse 3. The Quran says the verses explained in detail, not in part, so you run to the hadith. Okay, now, chapter 12, verse 111. Let me go to chapter 10, verse 37, verse 69. The Quran is not such as can be produced by other than Allah. It is a confirmation of what before it and an explanation of everything in the book. Detailed explanation of everything in the book. Chapter 6, verse 114. Shall I seek for judge other than Allah? When he sent to you a book explained in detail? Doesn't say partly explained. Most of it is explained. Some of it is explained. This whole book is explained in detail. It explains all things.
Sam, you pointed out that the temple was originally destroyed BC times. Then the temple's rebuilt, and it's destroyed by the Romans in the 1st century. So Muhammad comes along he's born in the 6th century, and then he takes the night journey in the 7th century. And so Dr. Shuaib, Sam is pointing out that the original temple was destroyed in BC times. Then the rebuilt temple was destroyed by the Romans in the 1st century. So by the time of Muhammad, there's no temple there. It had been destroyed centuries earlier. And you're saying the temple hadn't been destroyed. So what exactly are you saying? Was there a temple there during the time of Muhammad, or was he?
Part where this video get more interesting. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do it to subscribe.
Seeing something of a different time or something like that. We're trying to understand what you're saying.
No, after 70 CE, the temple was built. Temple was there in the 7th century. In the 7th century, the temple was there. It was destroyed in 70 CE. 70. It was destroyed earlier in BC. So at the time of Muhammad, the temple was there.
No, you're.
No, he doesn't understand.
70 CE is the 1st century. So that's when the Romans come in. They conquer the city. So this is 40 years after the time of Jesus. So 70 CE, that's the year 70, right? Then Muhammad's born in 570. So Muhammad's born 5 centuries after the temple is destroyed the 2nd time by the Romans. So the Romans did not allow them to rebuild the temple. There's no temple there. So you're saying there's a temple there. We're saying, when was the temple rebuilt? If it's destroyed in 70, when was it rebuilt so that it was there when Muhammad was?
Well, I'm saying it was destroyed in 70, but 70, 1st century, 2nd century, 3rd century, 4th century, 5th century, 6th century, in so many 100 years, the temple was built.
He doesn't
When
get it.
exactly,
Okay.
when it was exactly built, that I don't know the date, but we have to find out when it was built. But when Prophet Muhammad went there, he saw the temple and he came back and explained every detail of the temple,
Good.
every
Then I want
detail
to
of the
report.
temple. And because of his explanation of every detail of the temple, people believed him, people agreed to that.
Yeah.
Because some people had visited the temple and he explained in detail of every detail of the temple.
Yeah, Dr. Shuaib, we know that the Muslim sources say things like that, but what we're saying is we have no record of a temple being rebuilt. So that would be your job. You would have to show here was the year when the Jews came about later and destroyed the temple, because I've been to Jerusalem. There's still the rubble from the temple from 70 AD there, right? When it was destroyed, there's the rocks are still laying around there. So yeah, if it was rebuilt at some point, now things were rebuilt there. The surface was smoothed over, and then now there's the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque and so on. But yeah, so you'll have to figure that one out when the temple was rebuilt, because this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, good.
All right, so all right, Sam. So it's actually your turn.
Okay,
So we got that cleared
Right,
up.
this
Now,
is
what are
the
your thoughts?
final round, right? Okay, final round.
Well, no, because he started, so this will be your end, and then we'll decide what we want to
That's
do.
what I'm saying. Final round, then we go. No, we got to go back to Muta because I can't let him get away with it.
Okay.
Now, as you begin my time, guys, praise the Lord Jesus. It's recorded. You heard from his mouth. There was a temple at the time of Muhammad, and he described it, and that was proof he's a prophet. Right now, this is now recorded. Thank you, Lord Jesus. He just destroyed Islam and its credibility. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We'll let the people decide when they come afterwards. Now, let me again correct his misinformation. He's accusing me of misquoting. He again is misquoting in my presence and lying. Let me read the verse from chapter 18 of the Quran. Let's read it carefully. And when we gave him away to everything, he followed the way until he reached the setting of the sun. Guys, this is what it says. Setting of the sun. Not he reached where it appeared, where the sun sets, where the sun appears to set. He reached the setting of the sun. He found it setting in a muddy stream. End of story. But let's now go to Sunan Abu Dawud to see how Muhammad interpreted. This is what Muhammad said to Abu Darda. Sahih narration. He said, it sets in a spring of warm water. He didn't say, it appears that way. That's how we see it. Abu Darda, it sets in a spring of warm water. Case closed. Islam is over. Glory to Jesus Christ. He again begs the question. He says the night and the day, they don't travel. Falak. Because you're coming from the 21st century who studied science, unlike your prophet who was an ignoramus. He didn't know science. But the verse says, yes, the night and the day are traveling like the sun and the moon and the stars, because your prophet was ignorant of science and his God Allah was ignorant. So you're stuck with the verse 21:33. Guys, let me read it again. 21:33. And he it is who created the night and the day and the sun and the moon. They float. What floats? They, moon, sun, day and night, each in an orbit. Thank you for proving your prophet doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a fake prophet who thought he was making statements that were scientifically accurate, but you corrected him. Guys, did you hear what he said? Night and day, they don't have a falak. Exactly. But your ignorant prophet thought they did. So this verse backfires and proves Muhammad is a false prophet. And he kept saying, the Quran says the heavens, they spread, Who would have known that? Allahu Akbar. Well, Jesus Akbar. Because in Isaiah 44, verse 24, long before the fake Quran and the false prophet Muhammad, Isaiah 44:24, I am the Lord, the maker of all things, who stretches out the heavens. So if you're going to interpret these statements as scientific, here you have Isaiah writing over 700 years before Jesus, 1400 years before your false prophet. God is telling him, I am the one stretching out the heavens, spreading out the earth by myself. Psalm 102:25. In the beginning, Lord, you laid the foundation of the heavens are the work of your hands, right? And then you stretch them and you roll them up. So here you have in the Bible, specifically Isaiah 44:24. God is stretching out the heavens. Now again, guys, for the record, I don't say that's scientific. I'm not using a scientific argument. But he's the one using it. He just proved Muhammad is a plagiarist who lied and took stuff from the Bible, claiming it as revelation, but he was a fake. Again, he said that Allah writes down what he knows you're going to do. This is now the fourth time, guys. I'm getting tired of repeating myself. Fourth time. Let me read it again. Fourth time. Sahih Muslim, Numbers 64:21. Verily Allah has fixed, not he wrote what he saw you're going to do, the portion of adultery which a man will indulge in and which he of necessity must commit. You guys see that language? Which he must commit. There's no free will there. Because it's free will. He doesn't have to commit it. But he goes, no, Allah fixed it. He must do it. Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, number 609. Allah has written for the son of Adam, his inevitable share of adultery, meaning adultery he can't avoid. He's got to do it. There's nothing about free will in your fake Quran and Hadith. What the Hadith say, Allah fixed it. You got no choice to do it. And that's confirmed in 424, where your Allah said to the Muslims, hey, don't feel ashamed. There's a married woman who's captive, whose husband is still alive. Have sex with her. And when you're done, sell her off. And you still don't want to call it rape. Okay, we won't call it rape, because these women who had their families attacked, husbands alive, they're just giddy about a Muslim having sex with them. Oh, yay! Abu Bakr is going to make love to me. Allahu Akbar. It's not rape.
All right, Tim.
I know in your mirage. Okay.
Okay. All right. So that was 5 minutes. Now, Doctor, we don't want to keep going 5 minutes, because we keep bringing like 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different issues in here. But if you'd like to focus on one point, whether mutta or whether something that Sam just said, then we can go back and forth in shorter portions. But is there? Did you want to talk?
No, he's saying that the sun and the moon, the earth, the night and the day has no falak. Yeah, we know that sun and night is not a falak.
Okay,
that's not what I said, Dave. Let him correct him. So I didn't say that.
Okay, Sam, what did you say? And then, Doctor, you can say where you disagreed with him.
Yeah, I want everyone to hear what he said. Let me repeat what you said. You're misrepresenting in my presence. Can I repeat what I said? Let me repeat what I said so you can accurately.
No, just keep quiet.
You said night and day have no falak. That's what you said, and I said fine. Okay, I didn't say sun and moon. And then 21:33 says they do. So represent me correctly. Go ahead.
Okay.
So it is he who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, all the celestial bodies, into the bracket, all the celestial bodies swim along, which it's within its rounded course. So when it says kullun fi falaki yasbahun, it refers to sun, moon, and every celestial body. So every celestial. No, it means so. The Arabic scholars who translating the Quran know better than you Arabic. So when Arabic scholars they translate into bracket the celestial bodies, it means that kullun refers to celestial body. You don't know Arabic as a language. The scholars of Arabic they say kullun refers to all celestial body. So it is not said. So kullun refers to every celestial bodies that will include the earth. Which when it speaks about earth stable, that stableness is about placing the mountain on the earth. That makes stable. If the mountains were not there, then it would shake with people. That is initial shaking. It is not speaking about that. It is not rotating.
Okay.
It is not moving.
Okay. So
can we stay on this point now?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Now we'll come back.
Okay. No. We're going to take one point at a time. We don't
want to go. Yeah, we don't want to cover 10 points at a time now, just because we need to narrow it down.
I mean, let me finish it.
If you want to see scientific in the Bible.
No. Yeah, you're going. Yeah, we want to stick to one topic at a time. So Sam, how do you respond to what he just said?
Okay,
Genesis chapter 1.
Can I get to
Doctor?
Genesis chapter 1.
I don't.
Describe about the creation.
I don't want to have to mute you. I don't want to have to mute you.
It is unscientific there.
Okay, but that's a completely new point. One, it's a completely new point. Two, it's completely irrelevant to this debate. Three, if you attack Genesis without disproving what Sam said yesterday, then you're attacking Muhammad's affirmation of the Torah. And so basically you just made some points. Sam, what are your thoughts on the points that he just made?
Hey Dave, I just want to see here goes again. Can you mute the guy, brother, please?
Muhammad confirmed the Torah.
I'm gonna just pull up my microphone.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead, Sam.
Okay. I just want to say you've been unbelievably fair. Praise Jesus Christ. I give you credit. But this guy is getting ridiculous. He's going off topic. He's got to be reined in because this guy's a joke.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Okay, but I'm just letting it because this guy's getting tiring. Okay, guys, did you see the deception again? He quotes Salali Khan. No, I'm sorry, Yusuf Ali. My bad. Yusuf Ali inserted the words the celestial bodies. And he's attacking me. I quoted Tafsir al-Jalalain, which I'll quote again. But I want say it to here, and I want him to show every one of you. Show me the words celestial bodies in the Arabic. It's not there. Yusuf Ali had to insert that because Yusuf Ali is writing from the 20th century. 20th century, as the Lord loosens my tongue to speak clearly. And he knows better than Muhammad and his God. But let me read what the verse says, guys. Listen carefully to what it says. And he it is who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. They float. Anyone just reading the Arabic and English, they refers to moon, sun, day and night, which he created, in an orbit. You're stuck with it. You use science to prove the Quran. Science buried the Quran. That's all I got to say about this. But can we go to Muta? He wants to keep going.
He did bring up Muta earlier, and I'll let him finish it. I think that's where I cut him off earlier when he was raising some points about Muta. So just to recap for everyone who missed an earlier discussion, basically the issue was one, that Muhammad allowed his followers, at least for a certain period of time, to practice a form of prostitution, meaning that you could hire a woman for sex, but you would marry her for that time. So you might marry her for a specific amount of time. So you'd marry her for, let's say, 3 days. You would have sex with her. You would give her some money, and then you would then they would be divorced. Now, Dr. Shuaib earlier in a previous installment pointed out that Muhammad forbade the practice. He eventually forbade the practice, said don't do this. And then Sam pointed out that there are Muslim sources which say that it wasn't Muhammad who forbade the practice. It was later Muslims, and so that was kind of it was later Muslim rulers. And then earlier in this live stream that we're on right now, Dr. Shuaib read a couple of additional Muslim sources. So, Dr. Shuaib, what is your final position on this issue of Muta?
Muta, what I say, when Sam quoted the hadith of 3261, this hadith, he did not quote all the hadiths. He purposely stopped in between to prove that Muta is allowed by the quotation of Abdullah bin Abbas. Abdullah bin Abbas, he quoted, but further, if you read the hadith completely, it means it was prohibited. It was prohibited because it says that prohibition. So if you take half message, you will have different opinion, different understanding. If you take the complete, then it has a different understanding. He's copying Paul. Well, when I quoted in Romans chapter 3, verse number 10 and 11, he's quoting Paul. Paul is also doing the same thing. He's quoting
we might be
doing the same thing.
We might be able to go to
why
because you're jumping from topic. That's notice. If you were talking about Muta,
just a passing remark.
No, you went to Paul. Yeah.
If you want to raise a point about Paul, I have no problem doing that. But we want to focus on this issue. We told everyone yesterday one of the issues that we brought up today would be the issue of Muta. So Sam, Sam, do you agree that you misquoted Sahih Muslim on this?
No, actually, he's being dishonest in the way he's reading that hadith. But now, guys, pay attention to the hadith I read. And selectively, he went to one hadith, and I have it quoted in full. If you go to the notes that I have for this discussion, it's on answeringislamblog.wordpress.com. You'll see I quoted the entire hadith. But for the sake of time, I emphasize the fact that there are people who were debating the issue. He admits they were debating the issue. But now let me read some more of the hadith and that hadith and show how he's the one who's being like Allah, khairul makirin. Here's the hadith he didn't comment on. I wonder why. Sahih Muslim, book 8, number 3248. Remember I brought this up, but he went to the one he thought he could get me on. Sahih Muslim, book 8, number 3250. I'm sorry, number 3248. Number 3248. Ibn Urayj reported that Jabir bin Abdullah came to perform Umrah, and we came to his abode, and the people asked him about different things, and then they made a mention of temporary marriage, whereupon he said, notice how long they've been doing Muta. Yes, we had been benefiting ourselves by this temporary marriage during the lifetime of the Holy Prophet and during the time of Abu Bakr and Umar. Why didn't you quote that hadith? Because you thought you had me by this hadith. So now, Sahih Muslim 3248, it says they were doing this filthy, wicked act of prostitution, Muta, up until the time of Umar. Now let me tell you why it mentions Umar. Here you go. This is a long narration from Tabari. Let me get to the relevant part because I only quote because the time is running out. Now notice, this is talking to Umar. It is also said that you have forbidden temporary marriage, although it was a license given by God. We enjoy temporary marriage for a handful of dates. Look how filthy and wicked these Muslims are. For a handful of dates, I have sex with a woman, treating her like a whore. And we can separate after 3 nights. He replied, the Messenger of God permitted it as time of necessity. Then people regained their life of comfort. I do not know of any Muslim who has practiced this or gone back to it. Now anyone who wishes can marry for a handful of dates and separate after 3 nights. You are right. That's Amr, History of Al-Tabari, volume 14, pages 139 and 140. So though it was stopped by Umar ibn Khattab said, you are right, go ahead and do it again. Why didn't you mention these narrations? Now let's go back to the narration you quoted. Let me emphasize the parts that you were running from. Okay, let me read it. Urwa, this is now Sahih Muslim number 3261. Urwa bin Zubair, that Abdullah bin Zubair stood up in Mecca saying, Allah has made blind the hearts of some people as he has deprived them of eyesight that they give religious verdict. in favor of temporary marriage, like this guy, while he was alluding to a person, Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas called him and said, "You are an uncouth person, devoid of sense. By my light, Muta was practiced during the lifetime of the leader of the pious." And Ibn Zubayr said to him, "Just do it yourselves, and by Allah, if you do that, I will stone you with your stone." So Ibn Zubayr is saying, "I'm going to stone you." Ibn Abbas didn't say anything, and he even said, yeah, Ibn Abbas said it, but he was wrong. Okay, let's read. Ibn Shihab said, "Khalid bin Muhajir bin Saifullah informed me, while I was sitting in the company of a person came to him and he asked for a religious verdict about Muta, and he permitted him to do it." That was my point. They were debating even long after Muhammad's death. Some saying you can do it, others saying you can't do it. And then this hadith saying that I read from 3248, they were doing it up until the time of Omar, and he forbade it, but then he allowed it again. And what he focused on was that part of the hadith that some said, no, you shouldn't do it. I didn't say people didn't forbid it. I said there are people who continued to do it up until the time of Umar, which contradicts you because you said your prophet forbade it. These hadiths said, no, he didn't. There was still dispute after Muhammad, after his death, whether they can do it or not. Right. And people are saying we're doing it up until the time of Umar. And later I'm going to talk about Al-Razi.
Yeah, go ahead and wrap that up, Sam. So Dr. Said, and you can respond to what Sam said there, but I'm just saying to me it looks like, I mean, there are clear hadiths which say Muhammad forbade the practice, and as you've pointed out, you know, we have an idea of when Muhammad supposedly forbade this practice, but we look at other hadiths and it looks like they're saying, no, that's not actually what happened. And so it looks like the hadiths are just inconsistent, and a Muslim can basically pick and choose what he wants. If someone wants to practice muta, he can say, no, Muhammad, it wasn't Muhammad, it was someone else, and someone else can't overrule Muhammad. But that if someone doesn't want to believe in muta, it seems like he can say, oh yeah, Muhammad forbade it, I'll go with these hadiths. So
welcome back. Hope you've learned from this amazing video. Please do it to like, subscribe, hit all the notification button so that each time we drop our amazing videos, you'll be notified. And do it to write in the comment section whatever thing you've learned from this amazing video. As you can see, Shamoun really blasts the Quran and Muhammad, and this Muslim scholar kept quiet at this debate because he can't even prove his Muhammad either is wrong or right, because everything Shamoun said was written in the Quran. Where Shamoun started by telling him that it is written in the Quran that they are allowed to rape girls, to rape ladies. That is, Allah allowed them to rape any girl which they want to rape, because in the Quran from the olden days, when they do go to war with their prophet Muhammad and they catch slaves, they catch people captive, that Muhammad will tell the men to sleep with the young girls which are there. So they do sleep with women. So at that particular time, those things are called rape, because why will you capture someone and force yourself on that person? So that includes to be a rape at that particular spot. And Sam asked him, does he has anything to say about that? He said no. As you can see, he kept quiet in that place because he could not even make a proof there in that particular part that was where men are raping ladies. Now, this truth went forth, and Shamoun showed him where it was said in the Quran that Allah made the earth in 6 days. And Sam began to ask him, so your Allah made this earth in 6 days. So where was he when he said the earth is with that the earth don't have a shape, or the earth is not vertical in shape? So where is your Allah from? So this guy kept quiet because he don't know what to say. Because Shamoun made to say, that means your number one, your Allah does not know calculation, does not know simple mathematics. For him to say in the first day he created the moon, and the second day he created every trace that was made, and the third day he created the. So when did he calculatively create the human being? So does this thing means that no one created people? People just came out from the dust, or you came out from the tree? So he kept quiet, and at the end of this debate, this Muslim scholar could not even defend his Quran or his Hadith, because everything that was said was fact that was seen in the Quran. So thanks for watching this amazing video. Please share this video to your friends so that we know that the Quran is really corrupted. I hope to see you in our next debate.